We're we're like what? Whoa, shit. Hey, what? Hey, two, hey. Oh, wait, there he is.
Oh, my bad. Hey, what's going on, y'all?
What's going
You know
on?
what
What's
it
up with it?
is.
Savage
Savage
AF.
AF. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Oh, Balito. Carlito. It's good to see you, Carlito. Okay,
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry.
Get it out. Hey, man, get it out your system, brother.
That's
It's
not
all right.
actually Carlito. That's actually Black Pedro.
Yes, and you are Shang.
At Comedian Shang, at Black Pedro. Check this out. This is what we do. Savage AF. You know how we rock. You know what it is. And here we go. Now, make sure you
We're here.
subscribe.
We're here Monday through Friday. Savage
Is it
AF.
Monday through Friday? Yes, Friday.
Yeah,
Monday.
man. Mondays and Fridays we're on at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Tuesday through Thursday, typically we're on at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're live on YouTube, LinkedIn, and supposed to be Facebook, but right now still having issues.
Having issues
But
with Facebook.
but that being said, that's the reason you need to be locked into the YouTube page. Bam, there's a URL for you guys. YouTube.com/lowercase c/SavageAF World. All one word. YouTube.com/c/SavageAF
Savage AF World.
World.
But there's something else you got to do. When you go there, you usually have to do this. Click the bell. Make sure that you let us know. You'll get alerts to let you know what's going on, and then we'll know that you followed us. So that's why we know that you know that you know that I know that you know. Now there's something else too. I want to make sure you guys do this. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast version of the show, which is on iTunes, Stitcher, Slacker, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and
SoundCloud. Yeah.
that one was good, man.
You welcome, y'all. You welcome.
Yeah.
Man.
You know what?
Sometimes if you don't think about it, you just be about it. You know what I'm saying?
Pedro hit that one, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm sending him to America's Got Talent, and he's just gonna sing just that.
Sang.
That's it.
Mama, I want to sing.
We got some people in the house. Nicole H, Wendy Edwards. What's going on? Lady Hazel May. Who else we got in the house? Oh, Miss No Slick.
Yeah. Partner in crime.
Name. Yeah.
There you go.
So we got you in the building. Also, we're gonna let you know some other shit that's gonna be popping. What's popping? Yeah, but I do need you to know this. If you get a chance, you happen to be, I'm gonna go buy some edibles, or I'm gonna go buy this, I'm gonna go buy that. While you're doing that,
put this on your grocery list. Yeah.
Boom. Black Pedro begins. He don't just end, he begins. And when he begins, then there's an end to the beginning. And this album is the beginning of the journey of Pedro, and definitely worth purchasing. Make sure you go to
theblackpedro.com/
it's in the scroll.
Shop.
Yeah,
theblackpedro.com/
it's down on the pay scroll.
Yeah.
It's saying so make sure you check him out. Make sure you pick up one of those. And we do this every day about this time. Make sure that you check me out on Amazon. Now, how many people got Amazon? I don't know, but I think a lot. So make sure you check me out. Bam. Shang is Shangry, the comedy special of the last 6 months. I don't know about the years, but the last 6 months, it's the shit for you to watch, laugh, and listen. Also,
I'm saying of the year. I'm calling
of the year. You're gonna call it. All right. So make sure you do that, and also make sure you follow at Black Pedro, and make sure you follow
Instagram.
on Instagram at Comedian Shang. And please give us some thumbs up and likes and subscribe. Once you subscribe, give us a little one of these.
And also, we're going to scroll this again. Make sure that you're following at Savage AF Radio on Instagram. Oh, that ain't the scroll, but I could have left it up there. There it is. At Savage AF Radio on Instagram. That's the handle for the show. Savage AF is the show. Fuck your feelings is the motto. Facts matter. And speaking of facts, man, we got enough to kick to you today to last, about an hour, because that's, what we do.
That's about the time we do.
That's.
It's about the time. Yo, by the way, Kanye West is out of his mind. He's insane. And shout out to all the people that support his bipolar crazy ass. That motherfucker right there.
Out his goddamn mind, y'all.
What goddamn mind. But
all right, man. So we go speaking out their mind, man. Shangry is an emotion that we often end the show with. So we're gonna do that today, as usual. It is August 10th, 2021.
Yep.
Tuesday. And with the Shangry, mental health is mental wealth. And bars, spit it, hit it, get with it. Before we get into that, Black Rage Poppin' today, I'm in a weird place, guys. I'll explain.
What the fuck face was that? Okay, stop making that face. Don't make that face. Come on, man. All right, go ahead.
I'm back. Sorry.
All right, cool.
But before we get into that, smoke my pole.
Wow.
Santa Claus is forced to evacuate as wildfire smoke reaches the North Pole for the first time in human history. Let's talk about it, man. But before we get into that, history being made itself. We got a Trill bill. The Senate passes the infrastructure bill with a capital T. Trillions. But there's more. But wait, there's more. Before we get into that, we're going to start off today's show. It is August 10th, 2021. And as we often do, we do like to ask the critical questions on this show. I'm going to start off today with the show's most favorite critical question, which is...
Motherfucker say what? Yeah. Motherfucker say what? Say yeah.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen. It was all good just a year ago. Said governor of New York, in 2 weeks, no longer to be.
Man,
Andrew Nipple Clutch Cuomo has now resigned.
Wow, that's trip.
As a result of the sexual misconduct, harassment, Gropey McGroperton allegations. Yes, he might as well just walk out into the lake. He's Dunsky, and to be honest, he needed to do it. It seemed like he was going to fight a little bit longer and take it all the way, and he had his lawyers out there explaining. But ultimately, even in his concession speech, you could tell he didn't always quite get everything. He was like, "Well, there are generational differences, yeah, and we're no longer in the titty grab." Ask Mac. Yeah. Hey, so, Dame, look at the gams on that Dame.
Yeah, we're not in the time where the Andrew grip the back of your neck and try to squeeze a kiss off of a person you really ain't with. Yeah. Cuomo, you can't do that shit, okay? And I'm in the same fucking era he is, and I don't do that shit. Cuomo made a mistake thinking that he could use his power, and it didn't work. He's hanging up the gloves. Hey, you can't go back in, Rock. Hang on gloves up. It's over. Yeah, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. And I'm sad that he didn't do it sooner, actually, to be real.
This should be a moment, a learning lesson for, all, sort of middle to past middle-aged men with power. You're single, newly single like the governor was, but, powerful man. Where does the governor find a date? Governorsonly.com.
Yes.
There's no app for that, man. It's hard.
Yeah, it's hard.
There's only 49 other motherfuckers like you in the world, and most of those are dudes. So it's hard.
Well, Pedro, let me ask you this. Okay, the bottom line is, he knew he was fucking up, and if you're fucking up, don't you think he should have just been like, well, you know what? For the good of the Democratic Party, I'm gonna step down a little sooner, but him fighting it made it look worse to me. Did it make you look worse to you, or he should fight?
In the party's defense, I think that there was, as the allegations surfaced, as sort of immediate. What's up, Brooklyn 965, Nicole H. I see Pamela Knox. I think President Joe Biden even his lieutenant governor, Andrew Cuomo's lieutenant governor of New York, they were both like, yeah, it's time to step aside. So, I think that for him, yes, he should have stepped aside earlier, but as far as the party goes, at least I think there was a sort of immediate misalignment with him, malalignment, where they're like, yeah, bro, you kind of wild out, probably need to step out. But, and that's what the Democratic Party does. Like Al Franken, face pressure to step down.
My old boss. That was my old boss.
There you go.
My old boss. See? But you know what? He stepped down. And even though I don't think what he did was that bad, I mean, it was silly and infantile, but it wasn't that bad. So I don't know. I like Cuomo. I like his brother. Let's get after it. But and that's, apparently he got after it a little too much. And that's why Cuomo's like, so it's over? I got to go now? Yeah, pretty much.
Now, one thing I'm trying to figure out is how calculated a move this was, because this does seem night and day-ish, where it seemed like initially he was really about the fight, about that smoke. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I groped you? Grope these
nuts.
But now he's like, all right, I'm just going to step out of the way for the sake of New York. But I'm wondering if an impeached, like, I know if he was impeached that he would never be able to run for governor again. But I'm also just wondering if he was impeached, if it would prevent him from running for any other office, perhaps in a higher office. So, and not that this helps anyways, not that having to resign would help anyways, but I was just wondering, like, is he trying to avoid impeachment, maybe just for impeachment's sake, or maybe for potential future political stuff?
No,
not sure about that. I need to look that up, but
I think he did it. I think he did it because somebody took him in a room and they played Russian roulette and said, hey, don't fuck our chances up for 2022. All right?
Yeah.
Because they're going to bring this shit up. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to fucking resign. You're going to get out of here. You're going to take your fucking bags and you're going to get the fuck out of here. All right? Take a long trip or something. Go swimming. Do something. But he was not going to be here. I know that for fucking sure.
Yeah, he was clearly, on a path towards the presidency, right? Like he
didn't want to run for president though.
Yeah. Motherfuckers always say that early on. But he went out there during the pandemic and had, these nationally televised press conferences, and it was a stark difference between Trumpty Dumpty's daily briefings. And, it seemed to be clearly setting himself up, no matter what he says. I mean, it was there. Even if he didn't want it, it was there. And now it ain't. Yeah. Neither is that job or any other. Hey, I don't feel bad for these guys. It's not like he's broke now and, what am I going to do? Like, he's rich.
You don't feel bad for him?
No. What? I feel bad for the ladies he groped on.
What kind of human being will not have sympathy for a man that gropes young girls? You know what? You've changed. You are so different. I remember the old Pedro would have been like, no, I'm not condoning that.
No more Cuomo, man. That's what we're not doing, man.
Wow, is that what's going to be on the front of the New York press? Because I know they do shit like that.
No Cuomo.
No more Cuomo. Which by the way,
bro, no Cuomo.
Which is a new song, actually. This is a new song that actually the Misfits are putting out. I think that, you know what?
I think that's going to be the new way you have to, like, if you're going to harass ladies at work, it's going to have to be like one of those, one of those suffixes or whatever, where it's like, hey, sugar, nice tits. No Cuomo.
Why has he got to give the laugh like that? No, the New York Post. Yeah, Brooklyn.
Nice ass there, Cindy. No Cuomo.
Yeah. But you know what, though? Listen, all right. There's much worse shit in the world. New York has much more shit in the world. I mean, I'm sorry. I saw a rat fucking a pigeon there once. And so, and I don't think the pigeon wanted to be fucked. I think it was just, it wasn't consensual.
And I'm pretty sure the rat didn't want to fuck the pigeon other than to establish dominance in the territory.
But he
wasn't
couldn't.
love.
Yeah,
It wasn't attraction. Ain't no attraction, no love.
well, yeah, it's just
That's
so.
just pure prison bullshit. That's just the mean New York streets, just like trying to beat you down.
Yeah,
Trying to
that's
say,
all it is.
fuck out of here, pigeon, with your wings.
Hey,
You think I'd be here if I had wings? You fucking piece of shit. It was just hate. It's a hate crime. Rats are stuck.
Rats are stuck in the sewer and
I'd fucking be here if I had wings, you
Look at
asshole.
You got fucking wings and people feed you.
Where were you this winter? Florida? Fuck you, asshole.
Yeah, that's a New York rap, by the way. But no, at the end of the day, Cuomo, to me, I'm still gonna give him props. He had a moment in time where he did his thing. And then he did the other thing, which fucked up his future thing.
And that was the main thing. And here's my thing with that is that for whatever you feel about his political career and whatever good things he did do, those do not outweigh this, right?
No.
Like for me, he's now in my R. Kelly, Michael Jackson,
wow,
even Kanye West category, where it's just like you've crossed a line, which your talent or successes cannot free you from, avail you from. Like, it can't save you, bro. Like you have crossed the line now. That's
okay,
like,
well,
all right,
for instance,
gotta go.
Can I just give you a scenario and then we can go from there? We'll move on to the next subject.
Yeah.
So you're saying, say I'm a great baker and I make the best pie in the world. I'm talking about the best tasting, delicious
Marie
cherry, beyond Marie Callender's pie.
Hostess.
But I walk into a lot of like supermarkets and I pull my dick out while people were in the frozen food section. So you're saying that even though I'm the best pie maker in the world, me pulling my dick out at the frozen food section supersedes my skill and talent as a pie maker. I'm just saying.
I'm just pretty sure that as a pie maker, at some point you have a freezer or refrigeration in your kitchen, which would lead me to believe that if you're willing to pull out your dick at the grocery store in public in the frozen food section, then you probably do it in your own kitchen. It's probably where it started. You probably make the pies dick out. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I don't want a slice of that. So
yeah.
you can have that. So yeah. Knowing that you might be dick out making pies, I'm not buying your pie.
Right there. I mean, if the pies are called dick out, but they're the most delicious pies.
Dick's pies.
Dick's pies. They're most delicious pies in the world. Something about Dick's pies makes me go, I don't know if I want to taste that pie.
Nobody can despise Dick's pies.
Yeah, that's their saying. And it's dick outlet.
Yeah. What has a dick, two thumbs, and
wow, Pamela Knox says sounds like a Pornhub search.
Her personal dick pie.
Guess what? Okay. Guess what, Pam? It is.
Go ahead, go. You nasty.
No, but my point, and it's the same thing with Cuomo. Cuomo, even though he had a moment in time where he absolutely was killing it, and he absolutely was like his ratings were just off the fucking charts. This has negated all that shit. He didn't negate it. All of it. All of it is all gone.
This is like the shit that you tell kids and shit. You know what I mean? And we can say he had a Cuomo moment. But
wow.
But within this Cuomo moment, he he lost everything that he had built.
Right. So
and parents tell their kids that it's like you got to make the right decisions because one moment, one bad decision can change your whole fucking.
And basically, life. Cuomo, bye Cuomo, bye. Bye Cuomo. And I liked him, but you know what?
Yeah.
Bye Cuomo.
It don't outweigh. It don't outweigh.
Bye Cuomo.
All right, man. So speaking of buying, looks like America's gonna buy some more America. Gonna lay down some money and a
little bit of cash.
To be an American. But the Senate has passed $1 trillion. I think it's like $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill. It's passed the Senate, but of course, these things take time, and there's a whole machine and process. So, amendments need to be ratified. I believe that, Nancy Pelosi, as well as progressive Democrats in the House, are fighting to have an additional $3.5 trillion attached to this bill before it goes all the way through. But this was one big step, getting it through the Senate, which is basically 50-50. It absolutely 50-50. And, even with, fuckheads like Manchin and Sinema, who are Democrats, who don't think it's completely in line. Yeah. And dinos, as they say.
Yeah.
Say.
As they say, assholes, as they say. But, I think it is time. I mean, America been needing a fucking infrastructure bill passed, and we need to fix a bunch of shit in this country and update a lot of shit in this country. And I can't understand what the fucking holdup was, other than the Republicans don't like to spend no money. But sometimes you got to fix the elevator. You know what I'm saying?
That money that you want to spend on simple things like getting from point A to B so that we can ship the commerce around the country that makes the rich people rich. The money you want to spend on that was for the rich people. Okay, Shang. So if the government had been like collecting taxes from the wealthiest corporations, then like Jeff Bezos wouldn't have space dick money. Right. To launch a penis into space, right? So, come on, man. Like you got to think this all the way through.
Come on. It was the Republicans were just sitting there going, they didn't want to. I don't want to listen.
But and then it just takes little things like I don't know, half a building collapsing in South Florida, killing hundreds of people. Maybe bridges falling down in DC.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like in the nation's capital.
But you don't think the Republicans were playing dumb the whole time? Just playing like the dummies they are?
I think some of them are dumb the way they play, but I'm not sure that they're dumb. They're playing two dummies. Unfortunately, like people.
Okay, so
as much as I don't want to like
call people
divide the society or whatever, it's just like people they lack critical thinking skills, or some of them don't even want to. They just want to hear a certain narrative, and so these guys realize that and just want to give them that narrative so that they can be like, God, that fuck yeah, and proud to be an American. Now I don't give a fuck. Get all the Mexicans and browns and the blacks and the chinks and get them all out in Jews for breathing the white man's air. It's like. There's that thing, and they speak to that in either overt or covert, subtle ways that really get them going, man. So like the politicians themselves, I don't think they're dumb like that, right? I think they're playing to a dumb base. And that's gonna make you sound dumb, but if it they're for the outcome and not the process.
They play to the dummies. But they also, I think they're diabolical, and I don't use that word that often. I think they're diabolical. I think they're scheming. I think they're underhanded and skeevy. And I think they drink baby blood. But aside from that, I really do think that the Republicans don't want to see any of the Democrats win, even when it's something that's good for motherfuckers. I just feel like it doesn't matter. If it was feeding a baby, they would still be like, no, if the Democrats are feeding the baby, then we don't want to feed the baby. So I think that it's all about that. And that's why I think that I still say Democrats need to go even harder in the paint. There was I saw a thing on MSNBC where they were saying that they're not speaking out as forcefully as they should. And they should. It's like, why you got the upper hand, kick that motherfucker in the face.
Yes. When they go low, you kick them.
Kick them.
That's what the former AG Eric Holder said. When they go low, you kick them.
Bite them.
Punch them. That's where your foot is. Why bend over to punch when you could just kick them?
Just kick them. Did he say it like that? Why did he say it like
it was the spirit of what
it was? The spirit, but you made it sound like an old black man that was like, just kick him.
Like he shakes when he says he's so passionate. He's like, you just grab that motherfucker and you kick him. You just kick him right in the face of the ribs of the goddamn dick. Just kick him in the dick.
Kick him in the dick hole. Yo, we got some new people. Kuchadamas is in the building. Pamela Knox is just on one. I love it.
Pamela said knocks you out.
Stacy with her pretty skin. You got pretty skin, girl. And Natalie Snow, what's popping? What's popping? Brand new whip, what's crocking?
Natalie Snow, that sounds like a good drug dealer name.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It sound like, yeah.
Snow Queen. She was the queen of snow in Miami in
Natalie
1987.
Snow. Yeah.
Natalie Snow.
But no, I think that the bottom line is that we needed it. We needed stuff fixed. We've been needing stuff fixed. And bridges are collapsing and there's sinkholes and all kind of bullshit. So I think that if they do implement everything they say they're going to do, by the time I am 62, this is no, they said that's the estimate. It's 4 years. Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm told you how old I am, whatever. 4 years from now, that means that a lot of the stuff that the target will be fixed up. Also, you know what I thought was very cool, since we live in Los Angeles, they're finally going to try to pass where they're going to get the bullet train funding to go from Los Angeles to Las Vegas.
Yeah, so this first one is supposed to hit like, and I'm reading from Vox right now, VOX, right. A major expansion of high-speed internet.
Yes.
Spending, and which we saw, a need for during this pandemic and isolation, and everybody stay home, work from home, school from home. Internet access is necessary. An expansion of it is necessary. Spending for roads, bridges, and public transportation. Funding for clean drinking water. Holler at Flint first, please.
Please.
They're also going to be like a second phase of the bill. That extra money I was talking about, that extra 3.5 Trill. Expanding the child tax credit. That's the money that Biden's passing out to, middle and lower class families for, just having kids and needing extra help with that. Establishing paid family and medical leave, funding universal preschool and free community college, and further action on climate change, which we're going to talk about in a bit. But
okay, but you know what the thing that is good about this, and everybody noticed, we've been there's other countries that are already going clean. Okay. Just like, Pedro's a vegetarian, or what's not a vegetarian?
I'm a flexitarian at this point. I mean, I be
That's
cheating.
Not
but
That's not a word.
I didn't make it up though. That's the other thing. It's already out there. I mostly eat plants, but either way, I've reduced my carbon footprint in terms of meat consumption.
Right.
In terms of me and a coworker, we carpool, so we're saving on emissions and doing our part. There are just ways that you can. I try and walk when I can instead of getting in the car.
Yeah. Well, no,
but also, and that, that actually leads us in. So and another great thing is that with this Trill bill, the infrastructure bill, many jobs will be created so that bridges don't build themselves. Okay. So
wait a minute, they don't.
Maybe sometimes two tree branches might connect over a thing, and then you could walk across them. But like, you can't sit around in life waiting for two trees to touch over a river, right? You gotta build the bridges yourself. So, but all of that being said,
is it 1 trillion or 2 trillion?
It's 1.2, I believe, right now, and Democrats, like progressive Democrats, want another 3.5 trillion.
Oh, they're not going for another 1 billion?
No, that's not. That's it's child's play money now. But we were talking about emissions here at the end of this, right? Reducing our emissions and carbon footprints and things like that, and
more solar, more
renewable
wind,
energies, right?
Renewable energy, wind,
less fossil fuel based.
Wind. Tubes in. What they need to do is stick tubes in cows' asses, and then just let them fart, and then it propels.
Run generators, yeah.
Right, it propels the wind.
No, brother, I think they're working on that. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because cows fart a lot, and I figured there's some way. I tried to pitch it on Shark Tank, but they kicked me off the show. But I really think we need to just harness the power of cow farts.
You also, Shane, should know you can't, especially on live TV, just stick tubes up cows' asses. You gotta tell the producers, dude.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, but you know what? No, fuck that. You know what? I gave that cow a few drinks, so it wasn't like. I mean, I eased the cow into it. It wasn't like I just went ha in your ass, and the cow was like, "Oh, I feel pretty relaxed." And then
all right, Bull Cosby. You see, that's a bull's a male cow.
Bull's a male. Yeah, that would be that's different. That's a different kind of rape.
All right, enough Bovinian jokes, guys. Smoke my pole if you don't like what I'm saying. Savage AF, fuck your feelings. Facts matter. Comedian Shang, Black Pedro. For the first time in human history, Wildfire smoke, and that's not a brand of weed, guys. Sorry,
but it sounds like a great brand of weed.
Yo, let me get that Wildfire smoke, son. No, I'm talking about literally. You know how you look out your window. Some of your backyard's on fire. The whole forest, the mountain, everything's on fire. Hundreds, thousands of acres, millions of acres. We're talking about those, the forest burning, everything. Yeah, so Santa's had to leave the North Pole now because for the first time in human history, smoke from all these fires all over the world is reaching the North Pole, guys. And, you know, obviously that's not going to help with the melting of the ice caps.
Well, you say now one, Santa, it's fucked up.
You know, all that shit is flammable, man. You can't just be smoking around Santa. And them chimneys. That's why you got to clean out your chimneys, man. And put out the shit before midnight.
You know what's fucked up about it is that they had things in place that they could have actually helped, but decided not to do it because in the Trump era, they were not trying to help certain places that he felt like hurt his feelings.
Yeah, they weren't spending enough money on like clearing the forest out and getting dead debris out of there. So as we were saying in the previous segment towards the end there, like we all have to do things as individuals to reduce our carbon footprints. Going back to space dicks and things like that. What's really going to make a change is pushing industries, corporations, right, towards getting to zero emission to renewable energy. We all as individuals have to do our parts, but that won't be enough, as I was reading recently.
Well,
that like each, me and you walking, Shang, or whatever, or carpooling, or whatever, that ain't going to save the earth solely if everybody does that.
Well, you know what?
Like corporations really have to get into this clean thing.
I already told you I had the solution. Tubes, cows' asses, harness the farts. But I mean, aside from that, I think that the bottom line is the only way I could see people helping the earth if it's mandated, if it's a federal mandate that you recycle, it's a federal mandate that you do certain things, because they're not going to do it just on the strength. And who wants to see their child to see Santa on fire? Huh? Who wants to see that? Nobody wants to see Santa. The elves can't put him out. I mean, I'm just saying. And and I know Santa personally. I've talked to the nigga about 4 or 5 times, and he said, "Yo, this shit get mad thick up here, son. It's mad cold up in this bitch, and now it's mad hot. Polar bears be, shaving their hair off because right. It's crazy out here. It's crazy out there. It's crazy out here in these North Pole streets."
You know what it is, man. Something's got to happen. But on a larger scale, other than us individuals collectively putting in on carbon emissions, these corporations really need to be held responsible and stopped from being irresponsible.
But they're so large, man. Look, I know what you're saying. I agree with you. But these corporations have they got a stranglehold on government. They got a stranglehold on other smaller businesses and industries. That how the fuck can we hold them accountable for the shit they do? I mean, they'll just go fuck you, Well,
listen, guys, I preach this often, and I'm glad you asked, Shang. But in a capitalistic society, the only way to hold corporations accountable is through money. I'm listening, and I know a lot of us don't want to hear this, but eating less beef will reduce the beef industry, right? Like ranchers wouldn't need to produce as many cows and inject them with hormones and all this other crazy shit if the demand for steak wasn't so high and beef and all this other shit, right?
And trust me, they are injecting them with hormones. I saw a cow bench press had to be 800.
You know how many cows got rejected from the Olympics?
Yeah,
just off failed tests.
Yeah, they, you know what I'm saying? It was a lot of the Asada fucking tests were coming back positive on every cow. I mean,
Bro.
cows ain't supposed to have traps. That's what I'm saying. And these cows had traps. Some of the cows, but I arm wrestled this one cow, fucking almost ripped my arm off.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So
she had horns, which isn't supposed to happen. All right. But yeah, no. So, you know, if we stopped buying into the products and industries as much as we do that are flooded, that are, you know, flooding our environment with pollutants, then the you know, changes would be for. If nothing else, they'd go out of business.
They go out of business.
If they don't want to change, they'd go out of business if you stop using it.
No, I'm not talking about the businesses that it would be very difficult to put some of these monoliths out. But I'm saying that I just think they do that to you, like fuck you, and they wouldn't go anywhere.
What are you gonna do? Not buy gas? I'll move your job further away. Fuck you.
That's what I think.
I don't know. Listen, it would take a collective discipline that I'm not sure we have as a society. But you know, that if you ask me, how do you stop these, you know, these corporations? You don't give them your money. That, you know, it's literally, no matter how hard it is to resist. I'm just gonna name off random companies: Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks, whatever it is. Like, you know, not that they have anything to do with any of this, but I'm just saying, like, yeah, they're all products that we love, but if we know that these things are bad for the planet, the only way to really, as consumers, to control those corporations is to stop using their product.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what's bad for the planet.
That's it.
I'm not, so, you know, I say we get rid of as many stupid people as possible. And then I know this sounds bad, but I think the stupid people are causing us to really not move forward. And a lot of people that feel like, you know, fuck the earth, fuck the thing we live on that's spinning. Maybe we need to get rid of them.
Spinning is flat, Shane. What are you talking about?
No. It's flat on certain sides, but then on the other side, it's like it's spinning this way.
Still like flat. A record. Okay, I thought you were one of those rounders.
Yeah,
those round earthers.
Hey man, whoa, don't get crazy. Don't get crazy on me. I mean, I was just saying.
Thought you was one of them round earthers. No,
I was just saying that.
Had me scared there, buddy. Thought you went back to drinking and doing drugs, man.
But I want to let y'all know, Savage AF. I want to let you know we have to do the right about this time. Let you know what the deal is. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you check us out on the podcast version of the show, which is on iTunes, Stitcher, Slacker, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and SoundCloud. Also, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. But if you do subscribe, make sure that you do this. Boom.
I want to hear that kung fu.
That.
Move fast when you move towards that.
Also make sure you follow at Black Pedro and make sure you follow at Comedian Shang on the IG.
That's what it is, man. So speaking of Black Pedro, we're gonna move on to our next segment, and as we do it, we're gonna do it a little something like the
hey. It's your boy Black Pedro popping in, hey, with another popping to let you know what's popping.
Oh shit! Hey, it's your boy Black Pedro with another popping to let you know what's popping, man. Oh man, so you guys are like family to me. I feel so close to most of you. Just want to open up, man, and just let you know I'm in a weird place. And when I say that, I don't mean emotionally or mentally. I mean America. It's a weird fucking place to be right now. It's supposed to be a global beacon of democracy, and
like, what do you mean by like weird? Like weird, like that weird, or?
Well, I just mean like historically, it's just a weird thing. Like, you know, it's a weird place that. Oh, okay,
that kind of weird.
No, we could. It's not that. So you can take that.
I'm trying to take it down now.
No,
it's not that kind of weird. You sure?
No, just if you just click it again, it'll go away.
Okay, what that kind of weird?
Ooh, yeah. It's closer to that kind of weird, I guess. But the reality is, it's the kind of weird where a place establishes itself as a country where all men are created equal, which by the definition of its verbiage excludes women. And then by the reality of the society at the time that was written, which was slave owning, it obviously didn't mean all men, right? The word all, it didn't apply to certain people who were defined as not human. But I'm talking about black people, if you don't know. So I just think that's weird, right? You know, it's weird to call the place, you know, land of the free, home of the brave, when we have more people in prison than any other country in the world. But what really, really struck me, I think, and what got me to this story today is just the thought that the realization that I was listening. You did a interview with him recently, Charles Blow.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, Shang, and I saw a clip from him, and you know, he was talking about, you know, because he was the one who kind of wrote the Jim Crow 2.0 piece, that kind of put that verbiage out there, and he was explaining, you know, what that really meant to him, you know, in this idea of how the first Jim Crow came about. And it was like these individual states doing what they're doing now, working on the deterioration and the elimination of voter rights for Black people specifically. And it started off as these individual states working in this way, and then ultimately the federal government sort of, you know, backing or letting it slide in each given case. And, you know, just drawing ties to that's what we're seeing right now. And it dawned on me within that, watching that, you know, like my mother, who just turned 74 last Friday, like this is the second civil rights movement that she's seen in her life, where once again, voter rights are really under attack. And I'm just like, this is a weird fucking shithole place we live in, where my mama gotta twice go through the same fucking voter rights shit. And I don't know, within that, it's then put me into a weird place emotionally, mentally. But I swear, guys, I'm fine. I'll be fine. Yeah, America, I'm gonna be great, man. But you know, I gotta say, it is daunting and exhausting, and for lack of a better term, weird. Well, to come to grips with the notion that my mother is, you know, why? Because, you know, this is the first real voter rights attacks that, you know, I've seen in this way in my lifetime, like in a real way where it's just like, no, we're just gonna make it really, really hard.
Well, Black people to vote. It's been happening. But it's been subtle. If you look at the red line districting.
Yeah, no, I mean, like this aggressive, like this blatant, just kind of like you know, they are a step away from just, you know, signs that say niggers don't vote, go home or something. You know what I mean? Like,
God damn, man. No, but I think that, again, I've been preaching this on the show. We've been doing the show for a while. I think the Democrats need to go harder in the paint. I mean, much harder. And the people that actually progressives, that if you look at the progressives and Democrats, they both outnumber these conservatives and also these right-wing cheaters. That's the only thing you can call them, is cheaters, little bitch ass cheater, little yogurty ass, can't play fair cheaters. They need to go harder in the paint. This shit is absolutely positively going to happen in at least 14 states. And that's minimum where it's going to happen. And we're going to lose seats because of that. And the Republicans with their cheating ass will get in there. I just think it's sad that your mom's basically she has to see people march for rights that they marched for before all over again. All over again. It's like
they after her vagina again. She don't even use it no more. And they after it.
After that, if you look at voter rights, they're trying to, and you know, police brutality. If you look at the police brutality that's getting caught on camera much more than ever before, same shit, and we still fighting for the same shit. So Queen
Yeah,
Bee.
and I ain't the only one. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's a whole generation of our ancestors, our elders, who are alive right now and must be looking at this like this is the same goddamn shit. And it looks exactly the same.
What did
as
this
it did
Queen
back then.
Bee? Queen Bee said black male cops couldn't arrest a white man here in the day, and they had to call a white man to arrest another white dude. I mean,
Yeah, of course.
that's still the case. If you look at the insurrection, if you look at January 6th, there was a lot of people that, white people that just opened the doors for these idiots to come into the Capitol and fuck shit up, where they were defecating on the walls and, people was. I know this sounds like I'm making this shit up. Motherfuckers was jacking off on the walls. I don't know how you get hard during an insurrection. Now, I mean, I understand.
Wait, is it an interaction or
Or it's an
insurrection?
insurrection. It's one of the two.
I'm interaction, so might as well.
Might as well. I'm up here in the Capitol. Might as well get one. Might as well knock one off real quick.
Mistime my Viagra's.
Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. And your mom's basically saw the first run of it, and now she's basically watching the sequel. This is part 2.
She was born in the 40s, man. It's like, how long you gonna watch this shit go down? But it keeps on round and round we go. So
we got Carolina Boss. Carolina Boss is in the building. When it comes to the U.S. and its government, you hate to put on a happy face. You have to. Is that hate?
I think he's trying to say you have to put on a happy face.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was reading it.
And cry inside. Yeah, little typo. But
a typo. Yeah, but no, I really do think there has to be and I'm going to go back to what Egypt did. Egypt is like, they took it to the streets. They used social media to take it to the street to make some really drastic changes. We can't make incremental changes. We got to make hardcore, fuck that, you're corrupt, this shit ain't going to work changes. We got to go hard in the paint. And they better use every fucking subpoena when they with the insurrection when talking to these idiots. They're like, no, we don't want to use it on some of the people. No, you need to get every single one of them subpoenaed.
Calling his mother, his fucking aunt, his kids.
I want him dead. I want his family dead. I want to go to his house and piss on his fucking grave. I mean, we need to do it, and they're just not doing it. It's just not doing it.
Pamela Knox, they really stopped to take time and actually reach climax. Yes. To be honest, they were so revved up that day. It probably didn't take long. It was premature ejaculations. Couple good rubs out, and then
AJ, before I jump into this, AJ Fit, I'm not surprised knowing how America with a triple K was founded. Not like it started with freedom, peace, equality, and any other positive words.
Hello?
It is right. No.
Hello?
AJ Fit.
That's what we talking about.
It's based on society. It's based on a society that was built on it, slavery, having other people do your work, and then you turn it around and call those same people that did all your work lazy. Mm-hmm. You put that narrative out there.
It's a weird place.
Yeah, it's a weird place. And you know what? It's put Pedro in a weird place, and he makes crazy faces more than he ever has before.
No, guys, I'm fine. You keep doing this, America, and we'll be fine.
Everything will work out.
Just fine.
Open the pod doors, Hal. Open the pod doors.
I'm good.
Okay. You never want to see a man do this real quick when he leans back slow.
I'm really good. Go ahead, right. Shane. Take it away.
Oh, wow. Let me just say this real. Carolina Boss said, bring back Malcolm X. I don't even think that would work. But my thing kind of relates to, which I didn't know that was his thing, that initially when he sent the information on what we're going to go over. But my SHANGRY is not angry. It's just letting you know that what you got to do. Hey, y'all. I know this sounds like it's like mental, and this is really applies to Pedro right now. Mental health is mental health is mental wealth. Right now, I think a lot of Black people need to pay attention to the stress factor that is building with us, and we need to make sure we pay attention to it and address it. We need to go if you need to go talk to a counselor, if you need to go do that, you need to fucking do it. Do not sit there and let it weigh on your fucking head to the point where you end up sucker punching an old lady down the escalators. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Those escalators, you know what I'm saying? But you know what's happening? People are walking around having their mind just be weighed down heavier and heavier and heavier. Also, not taking enough fucking time to be self-care. And I'm just starting to realize that. And I'm old. I am 67 years old. And I'm just realizing you got it. Mental health is a social issue too. And I think that the government needs to understand that there are a lot of people that are going through it, not only from the pandemic, but right now. And we need to address it just as much as you would address infrastructure, just as much as you would address anything that's happening in the government. This is something you got to do with Americans, because right now we're having a hard time. There's a lot of people having a hard time keeping up with just basic shit in their day. So, everybody's going to get stressed. Everybody's going to have a hard time. You're never going to be, but sometimes you got to grind through. You got to grind through. Come on, man. Come on. Mm-hmm. One more, man. Come on.
Mental push-ups.
Yeah. Think it out, bro. Think it out, bro. So what I'm saying is, anybody that's in the feed, take time, which I'm starting to do now. Take time to assess yourself. If you need to go get some fucking help, go get some fucking help. It kills me where people act like they so hard. Like, yo, man, I'm so hard, nigga. Hey, nigga, I'm hard. I don't know why they do that when they do that, though. Yo, I'm hard. I'm hard as fuck, nigga. And ain't nobody can stop me. My mind. No. Sometimes you need to reach out, talk to motherfuckers. I know that that's something that I need to do because I'm having a lot of issues pertaining to my family, my sons, and a whole bunch of shit, and trying not to stab motherfuckers over this comedy career shit, over some corny shit that they do. So I'm saying right now, anybody in the feed, real talk. I know this sounds like it's not that shangry. It's not. You're right, Queen Bee. Anxiety, mental illness is something that they need to address. And I think the government needs to address it just as much as they address other things. Because if you look at it, there's a big black cloud hanging over a lot of people's minds. And just like Pedro said,
those are my nuts.
Oh, but aside, well, that's one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That was nasty.
I'm sorry.
But
Just popped in my head. I said it.
No. You know what? It happens, and that's why I think you need to talk to somebody about your balls and put it over people. You sure?
I'm fine.
No, but I think this is black people live with mental terrorism all the fucking time, and that's a fact. Mental terrorism, mental stress, microaggressions, and all other stuff that they try to play off as like corny or some shit like that. And I'm not saying being yogurty. When a motherfucker's like, if you're yogurty, if you don't address it, if you know that's like, if you know some shit's fucked up and you're like, nah, I'm gonna be hard and get through the shit. Sometimes it takes a harder motherfucker to go do that shit than hard.
Hardcore.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta be hard. And sometimes you gotta pull your cart and you gotta and then you gotta start
from the heart.
From the heart. So
and then power the world with a cow's fart.
Right.
Yeah.
Or you're gonna have to end up tearing your neighbor apart.
You know what I'm saying? I'll eat my neighbor too from the start.
I will eat my neighbor. That's how crazy. But he's been crazy though. That motherfucker been crazy. So what I'm saying is, before I bounce out of here and we bounce out of here, I just want y'all to know, make sure that you go to the mart.
You know what I'm saying?
You know,
make sure you rent a cart
and buy a tart, and then go home and watch Blart.
Paul Blart.
You know, we can go all day, motherfuckers.
Hey,
bring it. No, but I'm
can't watch it without hitting start.
Yep, man. I knew you was gonna do that, man. I knew you was gonna hit me with one more.
My bad. All right.
It happened. No, but no, I really do mean it. I'm noticing a lot of people having a lot of mental stress, a lot of mental issues, and they don't know how to fucking deal with it. Go to the professionals, or go to somebody, or talk to somebody, or go to the community, some shit. But don't just sit there and think you could just like grind through the shit. And I'm realizing I can't grind through some shit, because if I end up grinding through some shit, I'm gonna end up, looking at another nigga in a cell going, yeah, man, I should have talked to the nigga before I got in here with.
What are you in for?
Now I'm gonna have to stab you too, bro.
What are you in for?
Yeah, but you know what I'm in for? Shit's really weird. Things are really weird.
It's gonna be Cousin Killalot and Uncle Stabby in the same cell.
Dumb. But
Cousin Killalot. Yeah, man. That's what it is, man. That's a good message though, man. Mental health is mental wealth.
Yeah.
I think, it was definitely a theme in this Olympics. And
with Simone Biles. If you look at the situation,
Naomi Osaka, she was, Simone wasn't the only one. So,
a lot of them, they had pressure on them. And as a black athlete, it's a little bit more pressure.
Look at the U.S. Olympic track team. Like, they imploded this year. The men's team was abysmal. Fucked up handoffs and on the relays and didn't even make the finals. Like, so there's obviously a lot of mental stress that occurred there.
Carolina boss said Pedro's sister dies art.
But I think buys art.
She said dies art. I'm reading what he said.
I know. She buys art though. Shit for MGM properties and make sure they get. As
long as you don't.
Make sure they get hung. As long as you don't fart, we can start from the heart after dark.
Was that
all right,
smart?
y'all? You know what it is, man. This is Savage AF. Tomorrow we're gonna restart from the heart at 6 p.m.
Check this out. Unfortunately, I gotta get the bag, and I'm letting y'all know. But we still will have a show. There will be a Savage AF show with your headliner, Black Pedro, at the Comedy Chateau. Still promoting it, still pushing it the exact same way. We will have all the information up for you tomorrow, and the link will be there. And I want you to just tell all your friends to come check out Pedro. And there will be a bunch of other comics on the show. Not a bunch, and Pedro will do a longer set, and you will enjoy him fully. Make sure that y'all go to thecomedychateau.com. Buy your tickets today. It is for August 28th at 7 o'clock.
Yes. I think it's 7:30.
My bad. 7:30. And make sure that you check out the show. Make sure you do that. This weekend, I'll be in Tampa, Florida. I'll be in Tampa, Florida at the Improv Comedy Club in Ybor City. Tampa, Florida. I'll be doing 4 shows in Tampa, Florida. And then after that, I will be in Las Vegas, Nevada at the Laugh Factory, August 30th through September 5th.
I gotta hit my boy Sean Shaw up, who's been on this show. He's down in Florida, our politics guy down in Florida.
Oh, okay.
He's right there in Tampa, man.
Well, let him know I'm going to be in Tampa this weekend. I'll get him passes and get him some drinks. And I know he's in politics, so I can't get him a couple hoes. But, I don't know. And plus, I don't even know where to get those. I don't even know. I think they had them at Starbucks, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I did say, people been saying to me, I thought you weren't going to Florida. You know what? I was talking shit. And
when the money's right,
the money's right. I gotta go to the gig, but
it's also the improv. Yeah.
I'm gonna be careful.
And you're vaxxed.
I'm vaxxed. I'm gonna be careful. I'm gonna do the best I can, and I'm gonna do the show. And I'm going right back to the motherfucking hotel, and I'm gonna be in there writing because we got a lot of cool shit coming up for Savage AF. And I will talk to you about that later, Pedro. But we got some cool shit, and Pedro will be doing some very cool shit coming up. Because I've been talking to people and it's time.
There we go.
All right.
Let's go, y'all. Savage AF, man. Back here tomorrow, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Until then, man, stay savage and keep your finger out your nose.
Yeah. Oh, I was going to just do it too. Damn.